So hello everyone, welcome to YourPedia Education. So in this video today, I'm going to interact with one of our student, Neelendra Pandey, who is selected in IOCL and serving IOCL as officer. So this video is going to be informative and handful for the coming aspirant. As we know, in very short span of the time, IOCL will be starting the recruitment for this session also. So what was the different stages in the final selection and how one should prepare mentally and how one should prepare for GD, GT and PI. That all process I would like to discuss in this video with Neelendra. So Neelendra, first of all, congratulations for getting selected in IOCL.
Thank you very much, sir, and thank you for inviting me to join this.
Yeah, it's great, it's great, it's great. So could you start by introducing yourself, please?
Sure, sir. My name is Neelendra Pandey. I'm from Patna, Bihar, and I did my BTech in Electrical and Electronics Engineering from DIT Mesa. I passed out in 2020. Hello.
Yes, you're audible, you're audible. Okay, please proceed.
Sir, my name is Neelendra Pandey. I'm from Patna, Bihar. I did my BE in Electrical and Electronics Engineering from DIT Mesa. I passed out in 2020, and last year I have joined IOCL in the refineries division as a project engineer in Gujarat refinery.
Okay, that's great. That's great. So you're coming from the Bihar. Most of the Bihar people, they prefer to go for the administrative services. Why you decided to go for the PSUs, huh?
Sir, I was very, attached with my disciplines, with electrical engineering. So I wanted to proceed in my domain only.
Okay, so I can conclude it that you want to only make your career, or you want to start your career with only core electrical engineering, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so you told me that you passed out in 2020, right?
Yes, sir.
So it took some time for you to prepare. So I am assuming that after your graduation, you were fully preparing. You don't have any experience, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so how many times you wrote the GATE exam after your graduation?
Sir, I wrote GATE twice in 2021 and 2022.
Okay, what was your highest rank?
My rank was 119, sir, in 2022.
Okay, in electrical discipline.
Yes, sir. In electrical.
119, right?
Yes, sir.
That's a great thing, yeah. That's a great thing. Okay, so through this you got this opportunity, right?
Correct, sir.
So what all other PSUs you got through this rank? Were there any other PSUs also?
Yes, sir. I got in NTPC through this. There is NLC, Neyveli Lignite Corporation. I got selected for that also. And there is a PSU DVC. I got selected in that also.
Okay. So total number of your selection were 4 or 5?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So why you decided to join IOCL only?
Sir, IOCL is one of the most prestigious companies among the PSUs in India, sir. The kind of pay that they are providing and the kind of work-life balance that is there in IOCL, that is very good compared to other PSUs. Okay. Also, sir, the work culture, that is the designation that I'm currently serving. The positions are very diversified, sir. It is not that only technical aspects are there, but a lot of non-technical aspects are also there, which helps in your personality growth. So because of all these reasons, I joined Indian Oil.
That's great. That's great. That's great. That's really great thing. Okay, so we know in final selection of the IOCL, after shortlisting, there are multiple stages. GD is there, GT is there, interview is there, right? So yes, now we'll start talking about this stuff. What was your experience with the GD, GT first?
Sir, before the call letter came, I had never participated in any group discussion or group task. So I was very much, I was very anxious about all those things. So I came to know about YourPedia, and I took the subscription and I started preparing. And from my experience, I can say that if you want to get comfortable in GD and GT, you should participate in as much GDs and GTs as possible. More GDs and GTs. Because this, you will get comfortable with practice only. This is
it's a game of practice, practice and rehearsal, right?
Correct, sir.
Okay. So what was topic of your GD?
Sir, in my interview, as far as I remember, the topic was how to the importance of social media platform in today's life.
It is a quite obvious topic and a simple
Yes,
topic.
sir.
You might have a lot
Yes,
of
sir.
things to discuss there, right?
Yes, yes, sir. Correct.
Okay, but you know what the problem with this kind of topic? Everybody start talking a lot. Okay, nobody is in position to sit
Yes,
silent.
sir.
So, how many time you basically participated in the discussion?
Sir, since I had practiced a lot, I knew how to enter into the discussion and how to start the GD. So
Okay,
a big advantage for me was that I started the GD.
okay, great.
I already noted down all the points and I started the discussion. So there I got an edge. And there were points where there were, if you practice GD, there are some instances of time where you know that this is the right time to enter. So
Right,
I
right, right.
capitalized on all those points and
So
I
these
spoke.
things you got to know with the practice only. If you had practiced a
Yes,
lot of session, then you got to know, okay, there will be the time coming, okay, and you keep on preparing mentally for that while others are
yes,
talking a lot, right?
yes, sir.
Okay, so my question to you is that all the students who participated in the GD, they will appear for GT and all will appear for PI, right?
Correct, sir.
It means there is no filtering in the stages, right?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, so how was your experience in the GT?
GT was also very smooth, sir. We had the topic that you are working in a company and you have been given a certain sum of amount of money and you have to build a school
Okay,
for specially able children.
okay,
So how will you, how will you allocate the funds and how will you make that school? All those things.
great,
So
great.
there were a lot of points we all gave the discussion, but the discussion is smooth. There is there is nothing like the fish market there. The coordinators are very, they know that the children who have come for GT, it is their first time, so they are also very cooperative.
Right,
So
right,
there
right.
is nothing about like that. It is a smooth process.
Okay, so now what about PI? What was the duration of PI and what kind of question they asked from you?
Sir, my PI went for approximately 30 to 35 minutes, sir.
Oh,
And the questions that they asked were both from technical and HR part.
okay. So what was the level of technical question? There was some, introductory kind of question or very depth question or practical approach questions?
So there were very basic questions, like
Okay,
if I'm from electrical, so basic questions from induction motor, speed control,
okay,
electrical machines, power electronics. That were not in very depth, just like DRC we have. They ask in very depth.
right, right,
So
right, right.
there were only basic questions like that in
Okay,
technical part.
so what kind of non-technical areas they focused on?
Sir, mainly in not technical areas, they are focusing on your hobbies and
Okay,
they want to know if you know anything about the company or not. So
okay,
they asked a lot of some questions about Indian Oil, their competitors,
okay.
and the different organizations that Indian Oil is working with, schemes about Indian Oil, and all those stuff.
Right, 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 right. So what is your long-term career goal? What you are planning further? Now you started the journey well. Now what is further?
Sir, right now I'll be working with Indian Oil only. There are some future plans, but
Okay,
I
you will be
don't think.
working with Indian Oil
Yes,
only.
sir.
Once your
Yes.
bank account is flooded with the amounts, then you will think of further, huh? Hmm?
Sir, there are long-term goals, sir, but I'll keep that to myself only at this
No,
point of
that's
time.
great. That's great. That's great. You always should, strive for the best.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
if life
Correct.
is, short. You should keep on learning, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, okay, so Neelendra, so, it's a wrap up time for us. So there might be many students who will be appearing for this IOCL shortlisting this session also, right? So
Yes, sir.
like you, as you told me in the beginning, it was your first experience. So you haven't appeared yet for GD and GT, right? So there might be many students. So now as an experienced fellow, you experienced those things. You rehearsal, you practice, now you appeared for the actual GD and GT. What are some brief key point or insight or kind of mentorship point you want to give to the student who will be listening to you?
Sir, for the preparation of interview, I would like to suggest them that interview is very unpredictable.
Right,
So
right, right.
in my case, my goal was to make that unpredictable interview as predictable as possible. So what I did was that I used to listen to interview experiences of previous candidates who got selected there,
Right,
and I
right, right,
used to jot the points in a notebook. So
right,
I
right,
had by the end I had a very good collection of both non-tech and technical questions,
right,
and
right,
there
right,
were a lot of questions that were asked from my notes only.
right, right,
So
right.
I would suggest them that go through the previous interview questions, go through the previous GDs and GTs, and don't get afraid. Go with confidence and a slight smile on your face. The
Right, right.
interview is very smooth. The people are there to select you, not reject you.
Right, right, great, great, great. And what about GD and GT?
In GD and GT, sir, I would say that it comes with practice. You should join these GD and GT sessions wherever you want, and you should keep on giving as much GDs and GTs as possible.
Right. So Neelendra, it was nice talking to you, and I believe this conversation will really help the students who are aspiring for this coming recruitment of the IOCL, right? So we wish you on the behalf of the YourPedia Education a very bright future ahead. All the best, right?
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.